we are back. Welcome to the penultimate day of European qualifying, a night which includes England's final game in this European qualifying campaign. Don't forget, if you want to see any of my World Cup predictions, they are going to be down in the comments section for all of today's games taking place in Africa. We have got 7 games for you tonight in European qualifying, including 3 games which are going to be qualification deciders. So it's probably the most exciting night of action we're going to have for you over the course of this international break. Before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, please do consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. Let's get into all of tonight's action. And we do start off with England's game in North Macedonia. Now, Gareth Southgate has said that he expects a much better performance from his side tonight to reach the levels that we normally expect. Translated into English, that means he's just going to play his best possible team available in the hope that we can replicate the 7-0 win we got against North Macedonia earlier on in the group. Personally, I think that's a terrible idea when you look at the fact that that's exactly what Spain did last night, and Gavi picked up an ACL injury which will see him out for the rest of the season and probably out of the Euros as well. Could you imagine if that happened to a Harry Kane or a Declan Rice? Probably more so Declan Rice for how important he is to Arsenal as well. Huge risk if he is going to do that, but I think the England players themselves are going to probably be a little bit cautious given the fact that this game doesn't really matter. Whatever happens, we do win the group. Yes, it would be good to win the final game to absolutely guarantee we end up in pot 1 for the draw next week, but I don't think they'll give it their all. I still think we'll win. I think North Macedonia can be a good side on their day, but they lost 5-2 to Italy earlier on this week. They lost 7-0 to England last time out. I'm going to go for a precautionous 2-1 to England because, like I say, I don't think we're going to be full gung-ho, and I still think they'll score. But, yeah, I'm just going to go for 2-1 because I think the players are going to be playing it a little bit safe. The first big game of the night in Group C is Ukraine against Italy. The task is simple. If Italy draw or win, they go through. If Ukraine win, they go through and Italy are out. So it is a massive, massive game. It was 2-1 to Italy in the reverse fixture. Obviously, we all know how good Ukraine can be on their day. They managed to get the draw against England earlier on in this group as well. I think they're really going to give it their all, but I just see them coming up short. I think Italy are just too good on paper to not win this game. I think they could potentially play for the draw, but I think they've got too much attacking talent to go for that. I think it's going to be high scoring, and I just think in the end Italy are going to come out on top. I'm going to go for 3-2 to Italy, but if Ukraine get the first goal, this could be a very, very interesting night. I just think it's going to be Italy that take it. Into Group E, and we kick off with Albania taking on the Faroe Islands. Again, a game that means absolutely nothing, sadly. Albania all but guaranteed to top the group, especially if they win tonight. Faroe Islands have once again, sadly, done not a lot, absolutely not at all in their group, so I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised when they see me go for 3-0 to Albania. It was 3-1 in the reverse fixture. The other game in the group sees Czechia taking on Moldova. I apologise if I offended anyone by saying Czechia instead of Czechia the other day, obviously formerly known as the Czech Republic. They are taking on Moldova. And again, similarly to the Italy game, but not quite as severe, the task for Moldova is they have to win. They absolutely have to win. Even a draw will not see them on the same points. At least in the Ukraine one, a draw would see them finish on the same points as Italy, but knocked out. For Moldova, it is win because they are 2 points behind. They have to win to get above. And obviously for Czechia, it is a very simple task of just getting a draw or getting the win. It was 0-0 in the reverse fixture, which obviously would be enough for Czechia to get through. Again, I just think on paper, they're going to be too strong for Moldova. And even though a draw is all they need, I'm backing them to get the win. And I'm going to go for 2-0. I just don't see Moldova scoring in this game. And then finally, we move on to Group H, where once again, we start off with 2 games that mean very little. Northern Ireland taking on Denmark firstly. Denmark have already wrapped up this group. They're going to beat Northern Ireland tonight. I really don't see any scenario where Northern Ireland get anything out of tonight's game. Denmark are just too strong no matter what side they put out, and Northern Ireland have had a very, very poor campaign. I'm going to go for 2-0. I could potentially see Northern Ireland scoring, but I don't know. The only way Northern Ireland get anything out of this game is if Denmark just don't take it seriously at all, which is a possibility, as I said, given what happened with Spain and Gavi last night. They don't want to risk any of their key players, but I still think Denmark come out on top in this one. Equally with San Marino and Finland, we all know how poor San Marino can be. The only real challenge for them is can they get a goal? I don't think they will. Finland are too strong. They beat them 6-0 at home. I'm going for 4-0 away. And then finally, it is Slovenia taking on Kazakhstan, where once again, we have ourselves a qualification decider, where it is Slovenia who need to win or draw, and it is Kazakhstan who absolutely have to win. Again, unfortunately, it just seems a little bit too favourable for Slovenia. They got the win away in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan have had a phenomenal campaign, but to go to Slovenia and get the win, I just think is a task too far. We'll see. I'd love to see one upset tonight. I'd love to see one of Ukraine, Moldova or Kazakhstan pull it off. However, I'm going for the triple in terms of the favourites, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Slovenia. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I will have my post-match reaction to the England game uploaded as soon as I possibly can once the full-time whistle has blown. And of course, I'll have some sort of like wrap-up of the group as a whole in that video as well. Don't forget to check out my World Cup qualification predictions down in the comments section below. I'll be back tomorrow morning for the final day of Euro predictions. I'll see you then.